Crimson Trace now offers a complete line of electronic sights, ranging from a fixed magnification battle sight to reflex sights with the latest power management features. Purpose-built and versatile. Find yours at crimsontrace.com.
All right, Tom Gresham here. It is Gun Talk. Glad that you could be with us. We're having a bunch of fun today because we're going to talk about, well, guns and gun collecting and shooting and ammunition and, oh, what the heck. We'll talk about prep because that is on everyone's mind. People are hitting the gun stores, buying ammo, buying guns. There's a run. I mean, yes, of course, they started with the toilet paper, and we will definitely talk about that. In fact, I'd love to get your range reports. What are you seeing in the stores? People losing their minds? What are they buying up? When you go in, what's going on? I mean, come on, the whole coronavirus thing. Yes, first of all, no, it's not a hoax. Yes, it's a real thing. Yes, we are probably overreacting. And weirdly enough, that may be the correct thing to do. The best comment I heard about this was from one of the doctors who said, look, if we do this correctly, eventually at the end, it will look like an overreaction because all the things we did will actually knock it down enough. People will look back and go, see, it wasn't that bad. You overreacted, but it was that reaction that made it happen. That's like 2 or 3 different levels to have to understand, and so most people will never get that. But there it is, I do understand also it's being used for political purposes, and we can certainly touch on that. If you'd like to join us, it's easy, 866-TALK-GUN or Tom Talk Gun. What are you seeing in the stores, both from the crazy grocery store thing, but also in gun stores? People are out buying ammo, which makes me think, have you not been listening to anything I said? For the last 8-10 years, I've been saying dollar cost averaging. It's like investing. Buy a little bit at a time, a box a month, $10 a month, $20 a month, $50 a month, whatever you can do. Put away ammo, buy. Because I kept saying, this is going to happen again. There's going to be another run on guns. There's going to be another run on ammo. So, I don't know. What have you done? Did you do that? Are you running around buying? What do you find? At 866-TALK-GUN. We are not going to have a guest on this first hour because I want to clear the decks. We've had a lot of guests recently, and I wanted to just have some time for you and for me. So if there's anything on your mind that has to do with guns, please give me a holler, 866-TALK-GUN. Let's go talk to Jerry. He's on line 1 out of Tyler, Texas. Hey, Jerry, thank you for your patience. How are you, sir?
I'm wonderful, Tom. Thank you. First off, I heard the 25th year show this morning, so congratulations on your 25 years. I haven't been listening all 25, but all the years that I have been listening, I really enjoyed it, and you really provided service. Here's the question that I've got for you.
Sure.
A number of years ago, you did a segment or segments on one of your shows about gun buybacks, and you went through the various ways of doing it. But you listed 1 or 2 names of really professionals that you would trust to give you a fair and honest deal and not rip you off. Do you remember the show, and do you
sure.
maybe remember the 1 or 2 names that you gave?
Well, there's an outfit that I work with a lot. In fact, he's in San Antonio. I recently drove my truck over there, like with a bunch of guns, and when I sell guns, that's generally what I do. I go to Johnny Dury at Dury's Guns, DURYS guns.com, DurysGuns.com. He's in San Antonio. Good guy. You're in Tyler. San Antonio is probably 5-hour drive, I would guess, for you, 5 to 6.
Not that far. Far. It's within reach.
Yeah, not bad. Gregg County, right? Tyler, Texas. No, that's Longview is Tyler, Texas, is Gregg County. Yep. So, yeah, right over there. I would check out the website, DurysGuns.com. And I'll just tell you straight up, here's how Johnny works. He is an absolute straight-up guy. He knows the market, and he'll say, all right, give me an idea, first of all, how many guns are you talking about?
Well, I'm probably talking about round figures 8 to 10. They're all long guns. They're all brand new, never been fired.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, he will say, look, this is what I will be able to sell them for because he knows what the market is. Sure. His deal is very straight. He says, if you want a check now, I take 30% off of what I'm going to get. So you get 70%. He said, if you want to put them on consignment, then it's a 20% deal, and we wait until they sell. And I found that to be very fair, straightforward. He's got to make money. He's got an overhead, and I don't want to deal with trying to sell guns one at a time. That was just my thing.
especially in this environment where you have so many people that are trying to rip you off and steal from you and take your money back and so on. I agree.
You know, and the other part of it is I don't want people coming to my house, you know, and looking at my guns. So it made it easy. Now, I had to, when my dad died, this was, you know, a long time ago, 15 years ago, I had a lot of guns that were his that we, you know, wanted to sell. And I mean, we're talking about more than 200 guns. And Johnny says, yeah, sure. You know, if it's one gun or if it's 200 guns, we'll do it. So, I mean, it was only probably 6 weeks ago. I took another load of guns over there, trying to clean things out. And, well, okay, that's not fair. What I'm doing, and my wife would make me, I got to be honest about this, I'm not really getting rid of guns. I am selling some guns, like a bunch of guns, so I can buy a few better guns, if that makes sense.
You're trading up.
I am trading up. Thank you. That's exactly what I'm doing. So I'm okay, I sold those. Now I'm looking around going, you know, I've always wanted a John Linebaugh revolver, and I've always wanted, a few of those. I've always wanted things. So going to try to pick up a few of those. You know, you never really get rid of. But anyway, yeah, call Johnny or take a look at their website. Give them a holler. They will treat you right. I've never had anybody who I sent over there come back and say anything other than, you know, they had a great experience.
Tom, I really appreciate your help. Thanks for the great shows that you continue to put on.
Thank you. And look, don't worry. I've not listened to all the shows either. I do them, but I don't pay attention to what I'm saying, clearly. So it's all good. You don't think I listen to this either, do you?
Yep.
Thanks, Jerry. Appreciate it. Well, we do have a little fun around here. We're open lines. Whatever you want to talk about, it's there. Pretty much any topic. If you don't like guns, call me and tell me why. Also, we got the mayor of New Orleans saying that she might decide to ban the sale and transportation of guns because of coronavirus. Something weird. Of course, New Orleans has that bad history of confiscating guns, banning guns during emergencies, Katrina and all the rest, but just something weird going on here. 866-TALK-GUN. What are you seeing in your neighborhood?
When the U.S. military's elite units and law enforcement agencies across the globe demanded innovation and reliability, they didn't settle. They chose Sig Sauer. When world champion professional shooters demanded precision accuracy, they didn't settle. They chose Sig Sauer. So it's no surprise more and more civilian gun owners are refusing to settle for anything less. They're choosing Sig Sauer firearms, ammunition, electro-optics, suppressors, air guns, and training. Sig Sauer. Never settle.
This land, once wild and free, fades now from our memory. But I remember what it was like, what we were like, what we are capable of when we band together. Perhaps more than any other landscape, wetlands embody the life-giving abundance that nature has to offer. And perhaps more than any other organization, Ducks Unlimited is working to ensure that our continent's wetlands not only survive, but thrive for generations well beyond this one. These natural wonders are where waterfowl begin their cycle of life, where the deer and the antelope play, and where we, the people, gather together to see and share what makes the outdoors so great. The time is now to band together with organizations like Ducks Unlimited. The time is now to rescue our wetlands.
Easy monitoring of your personal gun safe, hotel room safe, toolbox, storage unit, luggage, and more is now an option with the Lockdown Puck. All you need is a Wi-Fi connection to receive notifications from the Puck on your phone about an open door, any detected motion, and even temperature and humidity readings. Secure what matters most with the Lockdown Puck. Visit lockdownpuck.com to learn more and to pre-order your puck today.
Hey, Tom, Dave Spalding from Handgun Combative. Want to congratulate you on 25 years. I don't know if you realize it, but not only have you informed the gun community, you've saved a bunch of lives out there, and we cannot thank you enough. So continued good luck, partner.
All right, welcome back. 866 Talk Gun or Tom Talk Gun. Speaking of saving lives, I've been on this kick of trying to get everybody to make sure you have adequate, good, which means big and lots of them, fire extinguishers, and more than that, making sure that everybody in your home knows how to use them. We had a fire 3 years ago now, I guess. My wife was home. I was not. She did not know how to use a fire extinguisher when it broke out. She was standing right next to the fire extinguisher in the pantry, and she actually looked at the fire extinguisher and said, I don't know how to use that, and ran out, and we were out of the house for a year doing the repairs. I got an email from somebody who says, thank you, keep pushing the message. We just had a fire, and because of you, I had a fire extinguisher and knew how to use it, and we were able to get it out. And so it was a small fire instead of a total house fire. So just one of those things. I'm just going to remind you occasionally. I'm not going to be too much of a nag about it. You will be amazed, though, honestly. Ask the members of your family. You'll be amazed how many people do not know how to use a fire extinguisher, okay? It's just simple. You pull the pin, squeeze the handle, point it at the base of the fire, sweep it back and forth. It's not a big deal, It's Jim says, go to YouTube. They'll show you how. You can learn anything on YouTube. There it is. Let's see. Steve's in Omaha on 3. Steve, what'd you get here? Oh, no.
I have a
yes, sir?
Binge report of sorts.
Okay.
And first of all, congratulations on the 25 years.
Oh, thank you.
And but anyway, July of 18, I ordered my suppressor.
Okay.
And then the family trust was attractive, so I did that, and that took till October to get all that paperwork done.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I finally got notification March 1st of 2019 that the ATF cashed my check, my $200 tax stamp.
Right.
54 weeks later, I got a text from my local supplier. Hey, your item is in. Come get it.
54 weeks later. See, patience is finally rewarded.
Finally here. So, the purchase was July of 18, and I took possession of it on Friday. So it's here, and it looks great. I haven't gotten it dirty yet, but I've tested it on all my threads and all 4 or 5 guns that I want to eventually test it on. It fits. And I'm ready to go set it off. So, yes, very excited about it.
So what caliber is it for?
Well, it's a hybrid. So if I change the end cap, I can go from 5.56 all the way up to 46, but, 458. I will probably use it mostly on my 300 blackout and my 6.5. But, hey, 308, I've got anything.
What's going to happen? I'm just going to tell you right now. You might as well get ready for it. You're going to go out. You're going to shoot it. You're going to go, this is like the best thing since sliced bread. And it's at that point, just go ahead, because you know how long it takes. Put in an order for the next one.
Well, I've heard you say that a number of times, and I can't wait until that happens. Here's another interesting twist to the whole deal. Back, I don't know if I can say the name to get free advertisement or whatever, but it was Silencer Co.
Okay.
And they had a buy one. If you buy the certain dollar amount, if you buy over that amount or over, you could get, a 22 for free. Oh. So it was a buy one, get one free. Now that I've received my first one, almost 2 years later, I can go back and start the order of my free one. Now, it still costs me $200 for the tax stamp, but the actual thing is free. So, I get a 22 version of that. So the hybrid is really cool in the fact that it's got the piston receiver or just a straight thread, so it'll work pistols, rifles, whatever, and then you just change the end cap. You could shoot a 223 out of the 46 cal opening. You'll have a little bit of gas come out there.
It's a little louder.
But heck, that's so what? I mean, I'll change the end cap and capture just a little bit more gas. They've even got the let me jump in system on there too.
I do want to make sure I'm sure you're aware of this, but that with subsonic handgun ammo, you're probably going to be hearing safe. But out of 223s, you absolutely are not hearing safe. You still need to wear hearing protection.
Yeah, there'll be the Now you help me with this. When the sonic boom cracks? What speed does it? Is it 1,200, 1,500 feet per second? What is the
1,100 feet per second, generally speaking.
Okay.
Yeah. So your 45s, 9 millimeters out of pistols should be just fine. Some 22 long rifle is fine. Be careful. Even subsonic 22 ammo might not be subsonic when you shoot it out of a rifle. Just, you can test it. You can find out what's going on. But just figure 1,100 is roughly the number. But just be careful. Protect your hearing.
Yes, I plan to do that. My 300 Blackout, I've got it downloaded to about 1,000 feet per second.
Should be fine.
And it's very easy shooting.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking forward to making that even quieter. I mean, the recoil is low, plus it's now going to be quiet. But even excuse me, this is rated for full auto, so it's just going to get hot. It's not going to blow up on me.
They will get really, 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 really hot. So it's not a bad idea to have leather gloves with you there if you want to mess around with it or something after you've been shooting it, because it just gets freakishly hot.
Yeah, I've already got a pair of welder's gloves ready to.
There you go.
Have it handy.
Hey, you've had almost 2 years to get ready for this thing.
I'm told that's right. It's like Christmas Day. I've been so geared up for it, and even the $100 transfer fee was kind of a bite in the shorts. But I still,
that's what it
something
is.
that I was because it's an NFA. It's not the regular $25.
That's
gun
right.
transfer. It's there you
go. Well, look, I got to keep running. Steve, congratulations. And do this. After you shoot it, call us back with a full-blown range report, okay?
Absolutely.
That'd be terrific. Thank you so much. Congratulations. I was actually out at the range yesterday, had a bunch of fun. I got to shoot that Ruger number 1 that I've been trying to get out there and chambered for 280 actually improved. The results were mixed. I had 3 different types of factory ammo. First batch I shot through it, this is the first ammo through it, shot the new Federal ammo, and they've got their own bullet, 155 grain bullet, and it was getting about 1.25 inches to 1.5 inches, which is not terrible. First time out of the new rifle, using an 8-power top magnification scope, 100 yards. Then I switched to factory Nosler using the 140 grain ballistic tip, which usually just shoots great. I have no idea what happened there. 4-inch group. A 4-inch group. I'm going, okay, something's weird. So I grabbed the next box, and that was factory loaded Nosler with 160 grain AccuBonds. 1.25 inches. So that's not a big enough sample to be able to make any kind of conclusions from. So I'm going to clean it up. Well, first I'm going to take the rifle and leave it dirty, stick it in the corner, and let it think about what it did. And then once it figures out what it, how it was wrong, and how it needs to behave better when it goes to the range, then we'll clean it. Then we'll take it back out to the range. I'll let you know. I got to shoot some machine guns while we're out there, too. I'll tell you about that in just a minute. Let's see here. John is in Fargo, North Dakota on 4. Hey, John, you're on Gun Talk.
Afternoon. Gun shaming is a crime, sir.
What did I do now?
Yeah, well, when you talk about putting your gun away in the corner dirty, that's gun shaming.
Yes, it is. You know what? And sometimes they deserve it, don't they?
Well, let's not go down that road too far. Tom, when you're talking about this binge buying and prepping and whatnot, I'm going to give you a perspective of a truck driver on this one. What people don't understand, when you all are going out there and getting stupid and silly and buying 500 rolls of toilet paper and 50,000 rounds of 22 to fill your closet, is that all this product has to come from somewhere. It all has to be manufactured. It all has to go through the supply chain. And I can only haul it 20 tons at a time. So when you're cleaning these shelves off and getting stupid and buying stuff that half of the stuff you're going to throw away because it's going to expire before you ever get around to use it.
Right.
You all need to take a deep breath and think about the consequences, because we went through this for how many years with ammunition? They couldn't make it, ship it fast enough.
Right. You're exactly right. I was talking with somebody this week. He said, people think that grocery stores have all this food. He says, at most grocery stores have 3 days worth of food. If it wasn't for the big trucks pulling up there every night, you wouldn't have anything. And, there is a limit to how much you can empty them out, and, you can only fill them so fast, which is kind of back to what you're saying. And I go back to what I've been talking about for years and years on ammo, since the last great ammo crisis, where you remember, you couldn't buy ammo. You couldn't find ammo. I mean, people were buying ammo that they didn't even have a gun for. If it's ammo, I'm going to buy it. I'll figure it out later. And I kept saying, since then, it's going to happen again. So buy a box a week, a box a month, whatever you can afford. Buy 50 rounds. Put $10 a month, $50 a month. And then when it happens, like it's happening right now, you can sit back and just not worry about it. I got to assume, John, that you're kind of a take care of it and not worry about it when it all happens guy.
Pretty much. I mean, I'm good on toilet paper. I'm good on Spam. I'm good on 22s. I could shoot, from now through the next year and not even bat an eyelid because I have been listening to General Tom Gresham.
Well, it's not an order, but it is a strong suggestion that if you take care of this as you go along, then you can sit back and watch the foolishness going on. Now, I appreciate that. And thank you for the call. Thank you for the heads up. I did make a pretty good deal on some toilet paper, though. I got to tell you, I had a case. I was able to swap it even for a Super Cub and an Alaskan sheep hunt. Seemed like a fair deal to me. So there you go. It's weird what's going on. I was at a store this morning. It looked like the hordes had come through. I'm looking for some distilled water for a CPAP machine, right? And finally found some, but it was like, really? People have lost their minds. I mean, not that it's a bad idea to have some stuff put away, but you don't wait until the hurricane's hitting the shore. I mean, we learned that down here in hurricane country. You have at least a certain amount of stuff put away because it is going to happen again. What are you seeing in your area? I'd love to get a range report from you. 866-TALK-GUN. Also, what have you been shooting? When we come back, I'll talk about machine guns. All right, back with you. 866-TALK-GUN. Let's see. Hey, Robert, don't go anywhere. I'm going to get to you because I do have an answer on that 2.5-inch shotgun shell question, but I got a couple in front of you. Don't go, just hang in there. First of all, line 2. John's with us out of Houston, Texas. John, Texas Penal Code. What are you looking at here?
Yes, sir. My call is in reference to a Texas Penal Code 46.04. Now, I have a background. It's over 11 years old. I've completed all stipulations, by the court and whatnot.
Right.
But the Penal Code says the right for a convicted felon to possess a firearm, and then in parentheses, shotgun only at his residence for protection purposes. Now, is this a Texas law or penal code? The question is, do I need to go through any legality services or, be a lawyer or whatnot to implement this, or do I fall under it since I meet the stipulations?
I don't know. I actually was not aware of that law. That's the first I've heard of it. I'm glad you brought it up.
Yes,
actually, I'm glad to hear about it because my position has always been, look, once you have served your sentence, you shouldn't be having more penalties that go on for life on that. So I'm glad to at least hear that. There is a group, I'm looking here, trying to figure out where you would go for info. The Texas State Rifle Association, which is tsra.com, might be a decent place to start. But I don't know. Let me ask you a question. Can you keep listening to the show? Because I'm going to ask for some help. We may have somebody in Texas who can call in and help us a little bit more. But I would say start off with tsra.com, and then I'm going to see if I can get you some more info, okay?
Awesome. Yes, sir. We'll do, and I definitely appreciate your time.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate it. I learned something here, so that's good. Thank you, John. Jim, Hooker, Oklahoma, line 5. Got a range report, kind of. Hey, Jim.
Yeah, kind of is it. Tom, am I coming through all right? I'm right on the edge of my range.
I got you. You sound good.
Okay. I'm just going to suggest something for people while they're cooped up at home with the with this the virus thing that's going around.
Right, the corona thingy.
I am shooter, have been all my life. I've had experience with everything from rubber band guns to 50 BMGs. I went through the Sharps Buffalo guns. I went through the African rifles. The most enjoyment you can get out of anything is when something fits you properly. I suggest to a lot of people, and some will cringe when they hear me say this, but some know exactly what I'm talking about. If you will take an old gun to start with that's not a family heirloom, not particularly valuable, but try shaping the stock to where it fits your hand, where you have good trigger control when you let it off, and it's liable to become your favorite gun.
Oh, I agree. I think when you have a gun fitted to you or you start tinkering with it, take the time and, I like your idea. Start with a gun you don't really care that much about and do your learning on that. But, yeah, it makes such a big difference. And for a lot of folks, particularly on shotguns, having it fitted, and we're talking about length of pull and pitch and cast and, toe in, toe out, all the rest of the things there. And I know it sounds esoteric, and people say, well, I've been shooting all my life. I don't need that. And then when they get it done, it's kind of like, I never knew this. Why didn't I know this? This is huge.
Yes, I agree. Yes.
But thank you for the reminder. It's a great point. You know what? And if there's, if you got a little time on your hands right now when we're having our coronavirus timeout, find you a gun fitter who can help you with that. Thank you, sir. I get an email. I love this email I just got in from Tim. He says, typical solutions for a modern day world. When crime runs rampant in an area, they say take the guns instead of get your guns. Then when a respiratory virus runs rampant, the same bunch buys toilet paper. He says, why are they always treating a problem at the wrong end? Well done, Tim. I like that one. That's very good. Let me see where I am here. I got to find this. I want to go down. Let me drop down, guys, to line 1, Robert in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. Hey, Robert, what's the shotgun you got?
Well, Tom, I bought a double-barrel shotgun at the gun show. What I was drawn to it, I've been looking for one that's affordable, and it had so much engraving on it. Even the screw heads were engraved. And it's called a Nimrod, and the dealer said it was a guild gun. Everybody in town made a part for that gun at the time, and it's probably 100 years old.
I think that's a German gun, too.
German gun, yes, and it's a 12 gauge, like I said, but it shoots 2.5-inch shells, and I was just wondering, can I rechamber? It's just a 1/4 inch to get 2 3/4 in there, and/or can I shoot slugs in it? Right now, I'm shooting 1 3/4
inches. 1 3/4?
Yeah.
Where are you getting 1 3/4 shells?
I'm finding them at Bass Pro.
Huh?
They're called shorties.
Yeah. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Okay. Here's the deal. You can buy 2.5-inch shells, easy peasy.
Really?
Do not, ream that thing out. Don't rechamber it. It's a cool gun. It shoots those little 2.5-inch shells. Let me see where I just found some 2.5s. Oh, there we are. RST shells, rstshells.com. They have them, but if you Google up 2.5, I had what did I have? A JP Sauer. Same deal. German gun. Took the 2.5-inch shells. And it was easy to find them. I just, you buy them by a case and you get them sent in. I mean, your local store's probably not going to have them.
No, that's what I said. I've looked everywhere in Tulsa.
No, you're going to have to order these, and you can get them in bismuth. You can get them in different things. You can get. I would probably not want to shoot slugs out of that. It's a nice side-by-side double barrel. And you don't want to put too much pressure on it and maybe, detach a rib or something. So I would use those with the nice light 2.5-inch shells. You'll have so much fun with it. And besides that, it's kind of, for me, it's just kind of cool to have something that's different and uses different kind of shells. And it's it's a cool thing. But it's not going to be difficult. If you start, doing an internet search for 2.5-inch shells, you'll find them. Or if you go, like I say, to rstshells.com, that's just one brand. There are other brands that make them as well. I think, shoot the guy's name, Vinegar shotgun shells, they have them as well.
Okay, yeah. Because I was afraid if I got a hotter load in there, 2 3/4, it might be a little much for that.
Well, here's what can happen. Here's the deal. The 2 3/4 inch length shell, it has the crimp in it, and when you shoot it, of course, the crimp opens up. And your chamber, that's a 2 3/4 inch chamber, it has room in the chamber for that crimp to open up.
Oh, so even if I rechambered it, it wouldn't open up the crimp enough to get it. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, and and that's one of the reasons you don't want to try. You can actually get a 2 3/4 inch shell in that shotgun. If you shoot it, the pressures are going to go way up. So just shoot the shells that are made for it. It's a cool old shotgun. I applaud you for picking this thing up at a store. That's a great move. You're going to love that thing. And, those German guns with that engraving are just sweet, sweet, sweet. Look, thank you so much, and I wish you luck with your new gun. Appreciate the call, sir. 866-TALK-GUN. If you're on hold, don't go anywhere. We are going to get to you. If you got a range report for us, by all means, what do you see? And are people starting to make a run on guns and ammo in your area? I'd kind of like to get a sense of what's going on around the country. So give us your report, 866-TALK-GUN.
For more than 70 years, Timney Triggers has been enhancing the shooter's experience. Whether it's a local competition, a day at the range, or even the hunt of a lifetime. Setting the standard in aftermarket triggers, Timney is now producing more than 170 models of triggers for bolt-action rifles, shotguns, AR rifles, and semi-automatic rifles. Proudly made in the USA since 1946. Find your new trigger at timneytriggers.com.
Attacks happen every day. How will you react? See real people put into real-life criminal attack situations on First Person Defender. Discover what works and what doesn't. Kidnapping, ATM robbery, home invasion, and other attacks. Learn how to save your life and the lives of your family. Get the entire first season on DVD at shopguntalk.com. Get prepared. shopguntalk.com.
Hi, this is Tom Gresham from Gun Talk. America is losing critical wildlife habitat at a rate of 1 football field every hour. It's happening on the Louisiana coast, but it's critical to all sportsmen and conservationists. These precious wetlands provide winter habitat for more than 10 million ducks and geese annually, waterfowl that migrate north through dozens of states. Don't shrug it off. Get involved. You can help. Visit vanishingparadise.org.
Why do hunters and shooters love the Ruger American rifle? With right-handed and left-handed versions, all-weather, Magnum, Compact, Predator, Ranch, and Scope package options, there's a Ruger American for everyone. Lightweight with an adjustable trigger and minute of angle accuracy, Ruger American rifles pack in the features. Is the Ruger American the best rifle on the market? See for yourself at your local retailer or at Ruger.com. That's Ruger.com.
This is Ken Campbell at Gunsight Academy. Tom, it's been a few weeks. You've not been back out here to Gunsight. I can't count how many times you've been here these past 25 years, but it's time for your next trip. When are you coming to Gunsight?
Shame on me. I got to get back there. Tom Gresham here. Give us a call. Just call me Tom Talk Gun. It's pretty easy there. And we're open lines. If there's a gun you want to ask me about, a gun you want to tell me about, let me know. I got to shoot machine guns a little bit yesterday. New machine guns. Yeah, I know. We can't buy them if they're made after 1986, but these are being made for law enforcement and military. And they're M16s, if you will, M4s. Lots of fun. Different designs. One was a Colt, one was a Sons of Liberty outfit out of Texas. By the way, they're making really nice guns. And basically just had a ball, heating up some suppressors. And when done right, I did a mag dump out of the Sons of Liberty gun, 12-inch circle, 25 yards, and basically probably 25 to 27 rounds because I download the mags to make them work right. Did not drop a single shot out of the 12-inch circle. Very controllable. This was suppressed, so which definitely does help, but also they're just well designed, really cool. So, oh yeah, was it fun? What do you think? 866-TALK-GUN will get you in here. Let's see, Dave is on line 3. He's driving through Ohio. Got an update for us here. Hey Dave, you're on Gun Talk.
Yes sir, Trucker Dave congratulating Gun Talk on 25 years and 1 week of faithful service.
Yeah, you driving with the windows down? Man, it's loud in that truck.
That was just to let you hear the horn better.
I love it. I got a horn. I got my trucker buddy blows his horn. I didn't even have to make the little motion to get you to pull the thing down. How you doing, man? What's going on?
I'll pull it for anybody. I'm doing great, Tom. Hey, last time I called you, I was giving you an update on the St. Lawrence County Second Amendment sanctuary movement.
Uh-huh.
We're talking northern New York, way up there where people still got working brains. And we had a meeting earlier this month on the 2nd of March. So it's the first Monday of every month. The next one's coming up on April the 6th.
Okay.
And we are finding this to be a slower process than the folks in Virginia because we're running into the evil emperor and the fact that the New York State SAFE Act is now over 7 years old, and it's going to take a change in leadership in Albany for us to undo what was done to us. But
yes.
We don't want to give up the fight, and we want to encourage everybody in that neck of the woods and any place in New York State to keep contacting your legislators, your representatives, remind them that they work for us, and let us all stay wide awake, get registered, and vote right in the upcoming primary elections and also in the general elections in November. We can do this, but it's going to take all of us pulling on the harness to get this thing moving up the hill.
It's a good point. There's one other thing I'd say. When you're talking to people, and look, I appreciate the call. I'm going to let you go there, Dave. I appreciate that. When you're talking to candidates, if you're going to a town hall or if you're communicating with them in any way, you need to say something to them that makes the point. Don't assume that they understand. And you need to say it succinctly, clearly, and that is this. I am a one-issue voter. I vote on gun rights. I don't care where you are and everything else. It's not a case of, well, we mostly agree, but on this we're going to disagree. This is the make or break. This is the litmus test. This is the all or nothing. This is my issue. And if you aren't right with me on this, then I will not vote for you and I will work for your defeat. It's not being mean. It's not being nasty. It's being an adult and understanding how this game is played. In politics, it's a game with rules. Most of them are unwritten. But the rule is it's all about getting the votes. And when you tell them you will lose if you're wrong on gun rights, some of them will come around. Some of them, weirdly enough, don't actually know the issue. They've been told, well, most of the people want these universal background checks. Most of the people would like to give up their rights. Most of the people would like to have the police be able to come and take guns with zero due process. It's not true, but that's what they're being told. So it's up to us to let them know what's really going on. So when we call their offices, which you should be doing on a weekly basis, I'm not kidding, weekly basis, when you go to the town hall meetings, when you are writing letters to the editor, when you are making comments, it's, I am a one-issue voter. The Second Amendment is my issue. Any infringement of that disqualifies you from public office. It means you are willing to take away not my rights, take away my liberty, take away my freedom. And I will never, ever, ever agree to that. Only when you understand that do you understand where I as a voter am. It's a simple deal. 866-TALK-GUN. I'm Tom Gresham. Just a little bit, we're going to have Hickok 45 here on Gun Talk, a YouTube sensation, of course. Also, we have you. You're probably a YouTube sensation as well. 866-TALK-GUN is how you get in here. I'm Tom Gresham. It's Gun Talk. Check it out, guntalk.com, by the way. And if you go to shopguntalk.com, you can see all the things. We have DVDs, we have hats, we have shirts, we have all kind of cool stuff. If it's, well, we wouldn't do anything if it's not cool, right? Because it's Gun Talk. 866-TALK-GUN gets you in here. Dan did that. He's out of Madison, Alabama, I believe that is, on 4. Hey, Dan.
Tom, I just want to say that I think now is a better time than ever to supplement your everyday carry with things like an IFAC that has the proper tourniquet in it and bandages. And along with that, even going as far as adding something like a AR pistol or an AK pistol to your everyday carry, just like keeping your trunk or like in a backpack if you got to get out of Dodge or something like that.
Interesting. First of all, let me start off. You're not wrong. And sometimes it takes events like this for people to look around and go, wow, things could go bad very quickly. And if you think it's bad with toilet paper, if we start running short on food, people will lose their minds, and they're willing, if they're willing to knock people down in the aisles for toilet paper, what are they willing to do to feed their kids?
I mean, exactly. And I mean, the thing with like an AK or an AR pistol with a brace on it, and that's something that you can still look very gray with, conceal under a coat, if you just have to get out of your car and go walk down the road to get out of Dodge and, and keep some small package medical gear on you in a backpack or something with that IFAC. I mean, shoot, I think even going as far as wearing like a concealable plate carrier.
Some people do. Let me throw this out as well. And I know a lot of people think it's a good idea to keep an AR or an AK or something in their truck or their car. Okay, fine. I get that. But here's the thing. If you're going to do that, you need a serious locking system where someone cannot break the window out and steal your gun. It has to be bolted down in a case that people cannot get into. And yeah, that's going to slow deployment, but that's not. If you need fast deployment, you use the pistol that you're wearing. That's not what that thing's for. But it is irresponsible to leave your gun in your car in a way that somebody can break out the glass and take it. It just is. And so if you're going to do that, I'm not saying it's not a good idea, but if you're going to do that, part of your planning and your setup needs to be some kind of box or case or something that is bolted down, chained down, aircraft cable down around a seat or something so that they can't break out a glass and reach in and grab the gun case and take off. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, the thing with me is, literally keeping it on you, like having something so compact, you can keep it in a backpack, like something like an AR pistol with a folding brace or like a Romanian Draco AK with a folding stock. You put that in the backpack and just keep it on you at all times.
Yeah, and I'm not going to do that. I'm just telling you, I'm not. My pistol is there so that I can get out of situations, not so I can solve situations. I don't think it's a bad idea to have a long gun available. I'm probably not going to carry that. If you want to, that's fine. It complicates things. If it's off body, sometimes if it's in a bag or something. Now we're getting into essentially almost like purse carry for women. It's a different challenge. Again, not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying you're setting yourself up for a lot of challenges that you might not have considered. And it's the whole deal of what am I doing here? I want to advise, don't go into the middle of places where things are going crazy. And if it starts looking like it's going crazy, don't engage people, turn around and leave. Let the crazies attack each other. They'll knock each other down. They'll do what they're going to do. What you need to do is be about a half a mile away from all of that. Just kind of my take on it. Hey, when we come back, we're going to be visiting with Alan Gottlieb. We're going to have a firearms trainer. We're going to be talking about what you should be doing in this crazy time.